been a while. How are you? Okay, I'm great. So, lots of stuff to catch up on. The LA Marathon happened. There's news from that. I have results to share with you. First, I'm going to get ready for work. I will be right back. Okay, hey. So, here's what happened with LA. I got really excited about getting a really good time. I have a new goal that I'm working towards, and it kind of came up during LA Marathon training. I was super disciplined during training. I hired a coach. I was running like 4 to 5 times a week. I hit a 50-mile week average for a little while, which is a lot. So I just learned a lot about running in the process, and I'm going to show you a couple maybe clips and pictures from the LA Marathon because what happened on race day was just atrocious. It was not cute. So here's proof. So honestly, I felt a little off going into it, but this is me at the start line, obviously faking excitement, secretly shitting my pants of nervousness because there was so much build up to this, and I really should have just tried to relax before the race, but I didn't. So there's a start line, and this is about mile 2. I was feeling good. My pants were sliding down a little bit, but I felt pretty good. The first mile was all very crowded because it's a huge marathon and you leave Dodger Stadium, so it was actually really hard to get towards the front of the pack and run the actual pace I was planning on running at 7:30. So my first mile was a little slow. So this is me just freaking out internally a little bit because my first mile was slower. And then I think this is about mile 8 or 9. Things are feeling fine. I feel good. Trying not to get in my head, not to overthink it. This is the halfway point. This is where I felt pretty good, but a little nervous because I felt like possibly dehydrated or like nutritionally off. You can't see it on my face at all, but I was like, something is up. But my pace was good, so I thought maybe I'll go a little faster. A word to the wise, never decide to go faster at the halfway point of a marathon because the real halfway point isn't mile 13, it's actually like mile 18 or 20, so you live and learn. And then things really started to go south. You can see it in my face here. I think this was like mile 15. I started feeling like, maybe I won't finish. Maybe I need to stop and walk. And then things really went south. This is like, I think towards the end, I crashed really hard around mile 17 and was just walking and trying to run when I could and really struggling. Really struggling. You can see it in my face. Look at me. I'm just trying to suck in air, teleport to the finish line. And this is me when I set my sights on that finish line. I just freaking died and wanted it to be over as soon as possible. So yeah, didn't go great. And then when I finally got to the finish line, I could not walk, and my boyfriend had to carry me to the Airbnb that we were staying in. So yeah, it was a tough day. All in all, tough day. So yeah, as you can see, it was a tough day. It was not my day, and not every day is going to be your day when you're racing and when you're into running. Some days you wake up and you have all kinds of issues, and you just kind of have to come back from them. In this case, I honestly think my nutrition was off. I think my hydration was off, and I think that it just wasn't my day for whatever reason. I felt like garbage getting going, and then I really hit a wall at mile 17, and I'll show you my splits so that you can see mile 13 and I think 12 and 13 I just went a little bit too fast, and I learned a lot. Okay, so it's a journey, right? We are allowed to mess up. So hold up. So the LA Marathon didn't go well. I did get a 30-second PR, which was awesome. 34 seconds to be exact, but who's counting? And I walked away from that really hungry for more. That marathon was just not what I envisioned it to be, and I wanted to triumph to a 3:15 time. And I didn't get that, but I was at the fitness level for it, and I just was not mentally. Oop. Do you see that? That was crazy. I don't even know what just happened. Anyway, I was not mentally there and just couldn't handle it on race day. And if you've ever run a marathon, you know that you go through some tough crap during the race and you need to be mentally committed, or else you are going to just crumble under the pressure and the exhaustion and the heat and whatever else is facing you on that day. So I walked away from that just still really hungry for more. And my big goal coming out of that was to get an Olympic trial qualifier someday, like 5-year plan, like really far away from now. So I'm still training, and I'm actually training for a new marathon. And I just wanted to explain with LA, I just was so invested in the training and so committed that I just didn't have time to vlog. I didn't want to distract myself with anything extra. And to be honest, it made it way less fun. I enjoy sharing and I enjoy like filming runs, and I kind of enjoy vlogging more than anything else, definitely more than Instagram these days. Instagram sucks, to be honest. Instagram is not fun, especially since they changed their algorithm. I'm just like, who cares? You know what I mean? I'd rather share something that's like actually helpful to people and actually inspires them. And I've gotten a couple messages over the past couple years that are like, hey, I saw your triathlon vlog and I'm running a triathlon. I love getting those messages, and I'm always like, man, it's cool that people actually message me and reach out because my triathlon vlog helped them. And that makes me feel really good. And I have never once in my life gotten a message that's like, hey, your Instagram caption really inspired me, so I went and did this. Like, this never happened. And I've personally never experienced an Instagram caption moving me into action. So I just don't care about Instagram anymore, basically, long story short. So here's the game plan. I have a marathon in October that I'll be training for. Hello? Hi. What's it called? I can't even remember what it's called. I'm just having a brain fart right now. Whatever. And then I'm running a half marathon this weekend. I ran a half marathon PR recently. That was a 1:32. So this weekend we're gonna go for something a little faster, and I'm hoping to get footage actually running it, something really fun to watch. So did that not look like a person just now? Oh my God, that was terrifying. I have to go to work. So yeah, I'm gonna do my best to get some footage running. And the half marathon is in Portland, in Mount Hood, which is an hour away from Portland. So I can share more details about the game plan for that half marathon when I get back from work, because it's not gonna be fun. Hey, so I'm on my way to the PT now to get my shin splints looked at. I already have been there once. And is that a cop? No. He said that I'd need to come back and get them looked at after some rest. So this is the follow-up visit. So hopefully we hear good news, because Homegirl's running a half marathon this weekend and I want to win. So just kidding, I don't want to win. I just want to like go really fast. But if I won, wouldn't that be cool? Anyway. Yay! Dr. Chu said that he is okay with me running the half marathon. Basically, like, what he doesn't know can't hurt him. He gave me all of the, like, warnings to what shin splints can turn into. So I am about to drive home. I'll go into further detail on what's actually going on in my shin in the most layman terms possible, because I'm not a doctor and I don't really understand how the body works or what's going on in my shin. He explained it to me, I think, with as much detail as he could, but you know, I just don't get it. The body is so freaking complicated. So I'm just happy that I can run it on Saturday. So it's the Mount Hood half marathon, the Revel, one of the Revel race series. So they specifically choose outdoor environments that are like super beautiful. So I think they also have races in Zion. They have them in Washington, I think. They're just like super beautiful races. So I'm really excited that I get to run that now, and that he told me I'm not crumbling with my old age. So, about to drive home, and we'll catch up in a minute. Okay, so I'm home now with my shin. My limited understanding of shin splints is basically what is going on is this is where it's hurting, right in here. It's like a tender pain. Hi, Ella girl, thank you. So it's like a tender, get out of here, dog. A tenderness when I step, and it kind of lingers afterwards. So I went in to see him a week and a half ago, and he told me it's the beginning of shin splints. And shin splints are where the ligament is pulling on the bone, I believe. So eventually it can pull on the bone and create actual cracks in the bone and a stress fracture. So shin splints can lead to stress fractures. Thing number one that I learned. Thing number two is that shin splints can heal with running. It just has to be less of a load. So you still want to load the bone, according to him and what he's telling me. Obviously listen to your own doctor, but he seems really smart. So you still want to load the bone minimally, like 3 to 5 miles, and get that communication in your body with your bone to send something positive to that area and help it fix it. This is what happens when you have a stupid person explaining what a doctor said. So long story short, I can still continue running right now. It just has to be short runs. When I told him I was running a half marathon this weekend, he said he would not advise it, but if I, let's say I go out there and get above a 5 on the pain scale, then I should definitely stop. And I already paid for it, so I'm gonna do it. I'm going. And if you're a runner, you've been there. Like, you pay for a race and it's just like, I'm at least gonna go to the start line. Like, even if I don't finish, you know, I'll figure it out. But knowing myself, I'm just gonna take some Advil and run super hard and deal with the consequences afterwards, although a stress fracture would suck. So we're gonna try to make sure that doesn't happen. So anyway, I got the thumbs up to do that. Also, with this vlogging, my other goal is to hit 1,000 subscribers within the next year. What do you think about that? What do you think about that, huh? Ella will probably help. Let's get you into the light. This is what it's like to have a black dog. Can't get any good pictures of her. So this is my dog, and this is who you get to see. If you subscribe, you get more Ella. So make sure you subscribe. The reason that I want to get to 1,000 subscribers is that YouTube changed their, look at this dog is melting in my hands. They changed their compensation policy, and you have to have 1,000 subscribers or 100,000 views a month to get paid to make videos. And you know, I'm trying to get paid to make videos. Like, who doesn't want some money? So that's the goal. 1,000 subs. Help me get there. Subscribe. Ella, we need you back. Come here. Come here. Ella, come. Bad dog. Ella, come here. Good girl. She's a doodle. She's a doodle, and she's 2, and I love her so much. She's just my favorite little dog. Look at that face. Literally me and Ella for life. Look at this girl. Look at this dog. Do you love your mom? Do you love your mom so much? I love you too. I just finished an easy run, 4.5 miles. Went well. My shin feels fine. So I got my KT tape on. Feeling real cool. I feel good. I'm walking into this half marathon feeling like no expectations. Just gonna get it done. Hopefully perform well. But it's gonna be cold. It's in Mount Hood. Mount Hood is cold. Where's my hair? So as I said, this race was in Mount Hood in Oregon. So I flew up. My friend Molly's boyfriend picked me up, and we basically went to a brewery. I went to the Nike employee store and spent way too much money. And then we went to a brewery when Molly was done with work and got some food. And I did actually drink all of the beers in that flight. There's some sours and some IPAs in there. So if you're wondering about pre-race fuel, this is my best tip, is to drink alcohol. And then here's my flat lay, all the gear that I wore and the goo that I brought. You'll notice the KY jelly. That is the best anti-chafing stuff I have ever used. And those Gooder glasses were a gift with the half marathon, which was really, really cool. I've never used those glasses before, but I'm happy that I have some. This is the bus ride on the way from downtown Portland all the way to Mount Hood. It's about an hour and a half on a bus. And then this is the arrival at the race, walking up to the athletes village, or whatever you want to call it, porta potty area. It was so beautiful, and you can see Mount Hood back there at the start line. So that was really, really cool just to start somewhere that was so pretty. It was about 50 degrees out, so it was a little cold, but not like absurdly cold. But everyone was holding on to their space blankets for dear life. And I was in that little corral. I kind of stood in there. We were like livestock, and we all kept each other warm. It was really nice. So yeah, it was just really a beautiful start. Here we are walking to the start line. The sun is starting to come up, starting to get a little bit warmer. I felt, honestly, my body temperature felt fine. And you can just see there wasn't a whole lot of people in this half marathon. The full marathon started somewhere else, and we didn't meet up until like 2 miles left. And we take off. Boom. Sorry, I tried to keep it stable, but it was really hard because I was trying to go really fast. Super beautiful run. This is probably mile 2. Felt really good. And then this is, I think, mile 8. I was obviously in my happy place. And I felt just physically really great and mentally really great with no time constraints or anything like that. Just kind of feeling my shin and taking it 1 mile at a time. I believe this was like around the halfway point, or maybe mile 8, and I was just so pumped to be there. Oh, and then with the last 3 miles, they had us running on the freeway, so not ideal. Yeah, it's sleet, but not too bad. And then we came in. It was a lot of twisting and turning to get into the finish line because it ended at a fish hatchery or a fishery or whatever you call it. And I just came in real hard and made awesome time. My final time was, I believe, 1:29:07, which is definitely a PR and sub 90, and I was really happy about that. And my cheering squad was there in full force, including Joe's Dog Creek. And then we went and got food. That looks so good. That's what you do. Whenever I have the camera pointed towards you, you blink like 5,000 times.
I'm just a natural.